Hey, it's your girl Raquel May David, and we are here to talk about the world's most advanced and best ever software, Dispute Panda. I know that Wyatt is traveling. Did you have any questions, Wyatt? If not, we're gonna wait about 10 minutes before we get started. And if you have questions about the platform, I can answer them in the interim.
No, man. Sorry, I couldn't figure out I couldn't get my thing to connect, so I couldn't hear anything you were saying. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense. I love it. So have you used the platform as of yet?
No, ma'am. I messed with it yesterday
Mhm.
and just kind of got familiar with how everything worked. And yeah, that's about all I've done with it.
Okay, that's good. I like it. Welcome to the room. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Wonderful. Lovely to see you. Are you brand new to Dispute Panda, or do you already have the software and have mailed out letters?
I actually have the software, but I'm still fairly new to everything. It's my first meeting too, so.
Welcome. So I'm your girl, Raquel May David. My goal is to help you become a beast in these credit streets by using the world's most advanced and powerful AI generated credit repair software that is also free 99 right now. We're going to talk about the free platform. We are going to show some features of the pro. Hey, Anthony, welcome to the room, darling. The first 10 minutes is for any questions. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, or comments that you want to go over, the floor is open until 8:10, and then we're about to dive in. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, y'all. Don't do it. I'm out here trying to entertain y'all today.
Good energy, good energy.
That's all I'm saying, okay? I'm trying to entertain y'all today. Any questions on the software? Anything you guys have already seen?
Is there any tips you got for first-time users? Like I did, like kind of browse through, but never really got to actually use the app yet.
Okay. So yeah, there's a couple of tips I'm going to drop since you guys are here. So my question is, have you downloaded the guide as of yet?
Yeah.
Okay, that's tip number one. If I'm gonna give you anything that you're going to do and do it effectively, I'm going to tell you to use the guide, but step number two, track what you're doing. A lot of times what happens is people, first of all, most softwares do not give you a guide or flow as to what series of letters to process. So if you have the guide, you already have a blueprint of what to do to get started from the ground level up, okay? So that's number one. Number two, if you like to go rogue, I like to go rogue, y'all. So just if y'all don't know, my name is Rogue. I be having that streak, a hair right there. I act out. Okay, I act bad, but not like Puffy. Don't worry about that. Anyway, so when we are going through, one of the things that I've noticed that people don't do is track their level of success or track the changes that have happened. When you're going through the system, one of the things that I teach my mentees is that you want to write down what you got deleted. Because oftentimes people have gotten on the phone with me and been like, nothing got removed. And then I look at the credit report and I see names have been deleted. I see inquiries have been removed. I see late payments have been changed from late on one credit reporting agency to on time with that same credit reporting agency. So if you're tracking what's happening, you can have a more transparent conversation with your client and get them from the ground level to understand what this credit repair journey is going to look like, and that it's not an overnight fix because you didn't get in your situation overnight, right? Something may have happened overnight, like you lost your job or something of that nature, but you didn't get in the situation overnight. There were a series of situations that happened that got you to where you are, and now we have to get you out of where you are by making sure we work properly. So track what you're doing. My mentees have like access to a drive where I give them like the date they send out the letter, when they review the letter, what got deleted for that particular month. This also helps you when you get more and more clients that come on your Rolodex. You'll be able to know, okay, well, I was able to get, $4,000 off from Wells Fargo because of this. or I was able to get $3,000 off because of this. And you'll know exactly where the placement is. Please remember, when you're doing credit repair, we're leveraging the law to get us results, right? But we're fighting against people, and we're fighting against a system called eOscar that the credit repair companies use. A lot of times when you guys are going through the process, that's why we are not guaranteed, because we don't have the say so that we know, even though this letter is bomb, this letter is great, we can still get a denial, okay? We just stuck like Chuck. So just keep that in mind as you're navigating the waters in real time, okay? Track,
All right.
flow. If you're on training, that for everyone that's watching this on the replay, y'all, don't play, go to training, go to free download. It has your flow. You do not have to second guess it. And this flow, whether whether you're using bankruptcy, repo, child support, liens, judgments, evictions, it works. Okay. It might take a little time, but it's gonna work. Any other questions, guys?
Now, is there a template that's there, like, the letters you'll be sending out to the bureaus? Is this also with Dispute Panda, or do you have that resource available?
So when you say template, what do you mean, my love?
Like, let's say you have negative inquiries or things like that on your credit report, and you're trying to dispute or have it removed. Like it's a template, like it's a letter you're supposed to write. Do you have like a template of how that letter should be formatted?
The system already formats the letters for you. It has been programmed to do that. So you don't have to do any additional work except for selecting the inquiries. The only thing the system does not do for you is select the inquiries that you have to dispute, because the system does not have the coding at this present time to read on the bottom which account are open or closed. Because remember, with inquiries, you only want to touch those that have been closed, not the ones that are attached to an open and active credit card or credit line. So when you're saying template, you don't have to worry about a flow. The system already has the flow. All you have to do is pick the letters, select the items that you're wanting to be disputed. The negative items that are impacting the credit score within the last 24 months is automatically selected for you. So there's no work that you have to do with that, right? So on today, I'll walk you through what that looks like on the back end. So you can see, I won't be able to show you guys the letters because unfortunately, I'll literally be having someone's credit report. So I won't be able to show you that, but I will be able to show you how to set up the letters, how to load the client in, and all of that good stuff. Good question. Okay. I like it. But we're not template based over here. They have the flow. The system does Metro 2, so it does pull the coding, but you don't have to arrange anything. The system generates the letters for you. So you have consumer law, you have Metro 2 compliance, and you have the order of what you need for CFPB complaints. So you don't do anything but click a button. Okay. Literally, you can get letters done within like 7 clicks.
Okay.
Okay, great questions. Welcome. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Mr. L. Do you guys have any questions before we get started?
I have a question. I did the first round of I guess the nerve attack and Supreme boosted. I sent it out through Sprint Mail because I thought it came with the tracking. It was over 35 days. I didn't hear back from any of the bureaus, so I sent them a failure to respond letter, certified, and now they're finally, I guess, looking into it. Am I in like just pause mode until they actually send me something, or is there a next step? Because I didn't know what was the next step on that.
So that's a great question. So let me ask you a question. Before you sent, I'm totally cool with you sending out the failure to respond. Did you pull your credit report to see if there's any changes that happened?
I used to have different credit monitoring, identity IQ, but I got something today from Credit Karma that it's getting re-investigated as of like, I guess today. But I am going to switch to that Credit Dino just so I can have the free letters going forward.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I always recommend that before you do anything. So if you're getting the response right now, then what So let me back up. Your Credit Karma is leveraged, just to give everyone an idea. Credit Karma is leveraged for my clients specifically to see any hiccups that you cannot see within the 35-day window that you have to be on pause, so to speak. You're waiting, right? And it's also used to see any updates and changes because the credit reporting agencies make a shift between every 7 and 10 days, right? They can update your cycle. So it gives you the knowledge to see the changes that are going through. Now, two things. You don't have to send the letters certified mail. However, so Sprint does not offer that opportunity right now. With you sending out the failure to respond, and now you're seeing changes on the file, what I would personally recommend is possibly calling the credit reporting agencies to confirm if they have received your failure to respond, and then see what they're saying. Because normally what would happen is I would recommend you do a stall letter, you do round 2, and you send it out to them, right? But since you've already done a different process, you need to wait that 35 days before you do another round of letters.
Okay.
Okay. But leverage Credit Karma for the information of when the updates happen, like when you see changes. But I would suggest you pull your actual credit report to see, has anything been deleted? Has anything been removed? Has anything been updated?
Got it. All right.
Okay.
I'll do that now.
All right. Great question. Great question. Any other questions, guys?
Yes, I have one. Now last week you were saying about getting inquiry letters. Can you show that later on in the program where to go, please?
I don't understand what you're saying. The inquiry letters are generated when you actually do your round of dispute. So it's not separate. When you're doing your dispute rounds, you're selecting the inquiries before you hit save and you do your dispute.
Okay. So also, because I re-updated my Identity IQ. So basically, I just downloaded to my flash drive and I submitted to Dispute Panda, correct? So
I'm confused. I'm sorry. Can you rephrase that for me, my love?
I have Identity IQ,
Uh-huh.
and I just renewed it for the month of October.
Okay.
So basically, I just go back in and save it to my flash drive so I can hit whatever I need to do on the computer so I can go into Dispute Panda so I can get the letters and the inquiry letters as well, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can still use a flash drive. So if you use a flash drive, that's fine. I save everything to my computer and then I upload it. But if you're downloading it to your flash drive, that's completely fine. And then you just pull it off your flash drive and put it in. You're absolutely correct.
Okay. And I have another one.
Sure.
I told you a couple of weeks ago when I filed bankrupt, the Experian and TransUnion still showing bankrupt. I said the other company person I had before you, they took it off. So I filed a complaint. What is that? Is there somewhere in there I want to file a complaint. What to say? Is there like a letter in there for that so I can notify the consumer, whatever they call it?
So I want to make sure that I'm clear. You're stating that the bankruptcy was removed from one credit reporting agency and not the other two.
Correct. And that's before Dispute Panda. And
Okay.
they put that on there. My understanding, I think I'm right. I don't know for sure. Just correct me if I'm wrong. But it's like when you do a bankruptcy, and let's say you want to put that car in there, and so they can't come after the car. Are they still allowed to put that on the credit report and still try to come after you?
Already on the credit. So hold on one second, because I want to make sure I'm understanding, and that way the room can make sure that they're understanding as well. So before, when you filed bankruptcy, because it was kind of broken up. So you filed bankruptcy and the car was included in the bankruptcy.
Yeah, it was included in the bankruptcy because it was something that happened, and I was not going to pay. I was not going to pay for the car, and so my ex-fiance and my ex-fiance's mother and I co-signed it, and all my she reneged on the note. So I was the first signer. I said, "Oh no, anybody to come after me." So I immediately filed bankrupt. So yes, the lien holder's name was on there. So before I met you and your company, it was taken off of one, not two. So when I went to Identity IQ, it said repossessed / bankrupt, but on the third one it says repossessed. So what can I do in a situation like that? There we go.
Okay, so so you're going to follow the flow and do the process, but your question is a little bit like a little bit over the place. So let's bring it back in. The first question you asked is, can they have the account on your profile? Yes, they can have the account on profile because it was a car that was there. What I'm trying to understand is, are you saying that the car was removed off of your credit profile during the bankruptcy?
When I looked at Identity IQ, it said bankruptcy, and my bankruptcy lawyer said they can't come after you for payments, stuff like that.
That is correct.
And I said, okay, good. So I always hear that, oh, we can remove bankruptcies. I always hear that from credit companies, credit repair companies.
That's correct.
So when I saw that it was still on Equifax and TransUnion, it was taken, the word bankruptcy was taken off Experian. Then all of a sudden, the lien holder put the car on there saying, oh, whatever the money it was. I'm like, what? So I thought they couldn't, when a bankruptcy goes on your credit report, I thought they couldn't resubmit that to the credit report. Can you elaborate more on that?
So that's the thing. I'm not quite clear on what you're saying, and I can't visualize it. So I want to make sure. Hold on one second. Let me do this because I think this will help us all make sure that I'm understanding what you're saying. And we have something to look at. Hold on. Star.
I'm at the laundromat, so you guys.
Here we go. Okay, so this is a sample credit report. This is no one's information. I'm just looking through, right? So in this sample report that I have, I'm trying to see educational. Let's type in Control F. All right, so bankruptcy appears a couple times. All right, so this person, as you can see, has filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So as you're looking at the credit report, you see that there's a bankruptcy on file, okay? So when you look at your credit report, Mr. L, you're saying on your credit profile, bankruptcy is there. So I wanna make sure we're following a straight road, right? Bankruptcy is showing up on your file. What is the first question you want to ask about the bankruptcy? Let's start off with question number 1.
I have bankruptcy on there.
You said you have bankruptcy on there.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the first question about it? Is your first question, can bankruptcy report on your credit report? Is that the first question?
Wait a minute, say it again.
What's your first question as it pertains to bankruptcy? Is your first question, can bankruptcy appear on the credit report? Was that the question?
No, well, I take that back.
Question?
That was the comment. But the question is, can they still, when the car gets repossessed after a bankruptcy, can they still put that on it? There we go.
But it was already on there. That's why I think we're having a disconnect. The car was already on there, or are you saying the car was not on there? I want to make sure we're having the same convo. Because if the car was already on your credit report, and then you filed bankruptcy, right?
Right.
And on the report, it said bankruptcy, repossession, right? That is a correct designation. It was repossessed and it was in bankruptcy, right? So the information that's being reported is correct. The next question that you have is what?
Well, the comment is the credit repair company before you, she removed, like I said, she removed one of them off. And I'm like, okay, great. And then I see
One second, before you say remove one of them, let me understand what you mean by one of them. Are you saying, so like this has Equifax, this has TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, and one of them was completely removed off of the credit report?
Right.
Okay, so you only had it reporting on, let's say, TransUnion and Equifax, right?
Right.
Okay, so Experian had it not reported at all.
At first they did.
I understand, but you're saying you went through credit repair and it was removed off of the account.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there like, why was it removed? I thought when you do bankruptcy, all three of them reports it. And then, like I said, when I went to that credit repair company, I'm like, okay. And all of a sudden, that one bankruptcy was just removed.
Okay.
I'm like, what? I'm about to do a one-on-one with you because I don't want to hold your class.
Oh no, because I'm where I'm getting stuck at is I understand that you're saying it was reporting there. So the account was originally reporting positive. It then went negative. It was repossessed. You have the bankruptcy. All of that information that's being reported is fine. Okay. Now you're saying you went through a credit repair company and they were able to remove the repossession off of one credit reporting agency. Cool. What's the next question? Because I think that's where we're getting the gap. What's the next question?
No, I'll wait till the end because I want to hold your class.
No. Since we're already here, let's go ahead and have the combo because I want to make sure that we answer, especially since people are vested now. We done been here. let's get the question out so we can understand what you're trying to get to, so I can make sure I can answer. Because I thought we answered it last week, so I want to make sure that I answer it in its entirety so you can have a solidified answer.
Well, I was looking, like I said, I was looking at my credit report today, the updated one. And I kept analyzing it. I'm like, I kept saying to myself, why do they put, I got the 3 bankruptcies on at one time back then. And then I looked at it again, the one for Experian is not on there. So I'm like,
Okay.
why did they excuse me. I'm like, can they do that? I'm like,
can they do what, my love? You're missing a part of the conversation. So when you say can they do what do you mean?
I was wondering, can they still put that repossession on there when you have a bankruptcy on your credit report?
If the designation of the account was repossession, right?
Okay.
So I want to make sure we're talking in context. The account itself was originally a positive account and then it was repossessed. Then you put that repossession in the bankruptcy.
I did.
Right? So we know that that's been done. Then you went to a credit reporting agency and the credit reporting agency was able to successfully remove, are you saying the bankruptcy, or was she able to remove that actual car loan that was included in the bankruptcy?
No, she just removed the term bankruptcy. The word bankruptcy, that was it.
Okay, so the designation doesn't, I don't want us to get caught up in the weeds. Okay. If the account is reporting accurately and the car was repossessed, voluntary or otherwise, right? Voluntary or otherwise, it was repossessed. Let's be clear. Collections, charge-off, repos, bankruptcy, all of those are negative terms. So whether the word is removed or not, the designation is what's more important, as well as what is it showing as the balance. If the balance is 0, or the amount that's owed is now showing 0, then what you're doing is just going through the process to still try and get the account off. Because I want to be clear, bankruptcy, the designation of your bankruptcy discharge is the only designation that you want to be. And when I say designation, not in the account specific, I'm speaking about on public records. So when you go into, let me log into one of my test accounts. Hold on. Dora. Here we go.
I apologize for the class up, but I just want to really clarify.
So yeah, I'm gonna need you to book a one-on-one, fella. But let me go ahead and go in here and talk about the profile. So guys, when you guys are going into your file and you're looking at the account, the first thing that it's going to take you to is the dispute tab. When you have a bankruptcy on file, it appears under the public records section. I don't want us to get caught up in the weeds necessarily of what it's saying on the specific account, because it's getting, in your case, Mr. L, it's getting you stuck, right? The designation the card was still repoed and it was still under the bankruptcy. The question that I would have is the information correct on the balance? Is it showing open or closed? Those are the designations that I'm going to be tunnel vision on when I'm going through. But when you're asking if it's legally allowed to be there, the truth is if the information was accurate that it was repossessed, where's the fraudulency in that? It was a repossession. It was a bankruptcy. What are the errors that's being reported in order for you to combat it, for you to keep going? Am I making sense?
Yes.
So if I'm looking at SunTrust, and let's say SunTrust, when I clicked on the profile, SunTrust was designated in the bankruptcy, right? And instead of it just saying charge off, it said charge off and it said bankruptcy. It's not changing how you're disputing the actual file. You're still going to dispute it the same way. If your question is it legal? If it was originally a repo, then what's the illegalness about it? Does that make sense? Like, I want to understand where the gap is so that I can solidify for it. So what is your concern? Is it because it said repo and bankruptcy and she got the word bankruptcy removed?
Yeah, that part.
Okay, so her getting the word bankruptcy removed doesn't really matter. It's still impacting your score because it's still coded as a repossession that's showing on your file. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
The level of severity has decreased in the sense of bankruptcy has looked a little bit more egregious than a repossession, right? So like if we're looking at grades, think about it as a collection would be like a D, right? And then you progressively get worse as you go. So when you're going through the actual, for lack of better words, motion of what you're doing, those words and those comments is going to impact you on the back end because of the scoring. That's why a lot of times when people see collections and charge off, it can't be both. It has to be one designation or the other. If it's charge off, let's go ahead and make sure that we're only having the charge off affect us instead of a collection and a charge off, right? And if it's charged off, we should be able to see in the comments, which is what Mr. Ellis talking about. In the comments, the creditor will write what it's designated as. Is it a profit and loss write-off? Is it a bankruptcy? Is it a repo? Like all of that information will be coded in there. But I don't want you to get so caught up in the weeds that it stops you from moving forward as you're going through the process to actually dispute. So great question. But if you're asking, can they do that? If they didn't remove the account, we're working on getting the account removed. The verbiage is irrelevant to me. I want to get that negative account off. And in order to do so, I need to go to the next round of disputes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Did that help a little bit? Because I want to make sure that it locked and loaded.
Yeah, it did. And you can send me the link because I know it expired on my phone, so I can get in. And I do apologize. I hate holding class, so it's very important to myself and other people, of course. I want to take care of it.
Absolutely. If you go to my link on my website or on any of my pages, you'll have it. I will drop the link to the mentorship and the one-on-one shortly, so you'll be able to get it in the chat. But thank you. I appreciate it, y'all. All right, so we're going to dive in. Any other questions before I get started? Because I want to make sure that I know some people came into the room, y'all. Can y'all drop a 1 in the I have to make a hard stop. Thank you for all that you do. I sincerely appreciate you. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. If you guys can tell me where you are in the platform, drop a 1 if you have the platform but have never used it. Drop a 2 if you have the platform and you have used it. So I kind of know where everyone is. We know where Mr. Ellis, he's using the platform. Come on, dip and do. But if you're brand new, I need to know where you guys stand. I thank you for coming in. All right, so while I'm waiting for you guys to load, definitely want to go ahead and talk about what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to try and be respectful of you guys' time to get in and get on up out of here, okay? With that being said, the first thing that I want us to focus on is we're going to focus on pricing, training, and contact. Those are the 3 areas that we're going to dive in. Everything else we're going to look at once we get into the actual platform. The reason that I cover the pricing, training, and contact because I need y'all to know what y'all need to do, okay? Number one, pricing. The platform is free. This is the first platform that offers a free platform for you to store your information. You only pay when you generate letters. And number two, it's the only platform I've ever found that gives you full-on training as soon as you get into the system, okay? So as you are going through, one of the things that I like to point out is that you are living the dream by utilizing this platform, because it does offer you different perks when you go to the pro. So on the surface level, on the base level, you guys have the same platform when it's free or it's pro. The pro platform is number one for individuals that want their clients to be able to do a little bit more, like onboarding themselves. If you want them to be able to pay, you can integrate your payment platform into the software. When you are on the pro, you have a safe client access, and you have a host of additives that I definitely love to talk about, and I will show you guys once we get into the platform. The pro is $1 for 14 days. After that is $197. You can also do a bulk purchase, well, a limited time purchase. No, because we gonna let y'all have this. But it's the yearly purchase for $1,970 for the pro version. But if you guys are doing this for yourself, your family, and you're like, hey, Raquel, do I need the pro? I'm going to tell you personally, I'm a beast, okay? I like to tell you, I want to be a beast. I want to argue. I want to fight. I want to tussle with the credit reporting agency, okay? So for me, I like the pro because it gives you an extra layer of disputing when you're using Credit Dyno, which is the credit repair software that was designed for Dispute Panda. And if you are also utilizing the pro version, it does give you a little bit more insight, and it gives you the ability to speak in a very nuanced way, in a very like intriguing way when you're speaking to your clients about the software itself. So if you have the free platform, we're going to cover it tonight. I'm going to show you how to sign up, how to load your client in, and how to produce your first round of letters. And you just rinse and repeat, y'all. Rinse and repeat. All right. So any questions on the pricing plan? We're covering the free tonight. Tomorrow, guys, is the pro night for anyone that needs pro. The next segment, I don't see anything in the chat. All right. The next segment is the training. I like to cover the training a lot because I've noticed that one of the things that are missed is as soon as people come into the training, they start scrolling down and going to the videos. And that's wonderful. I want you to watch them. Okay. It's good. But the first thing I want you to do is click on this free download. The reason why is because we're giving you a step-by-step guide for the first 12 months on what you need to do as it pertains to your credit file, okay? So once you are coming into the platform, what do you need to do from start to finish? When do you contact the secondary reporting agencies that are holding all of our information? Big brother in the sky, LexisNexis know who you're married to. They know your driving record. They got your business, right? So you want to know, when do you contact them? And we also give you the information as to when do you contact the CFPB. The reason that we did this was because when the platform originally started, a lot of the questions that were coming in was like, well, when do I report to LexisNexis? When do I go ahead and contact the CFPB? So, and how can I dispute without having to pay for certified mail? We offered that to you. So right now, at the very top, if you go to training, you click free download, you are able to go ahead and go through and see how you dispute for the full 12 months. Do you have to dispute for a full 12 months? The answer is it depends on your client's file. Typically, first of all, we're not supposed to give there's any guarantees because there are no guarantees out here, okay? What we can articulate to you is that, like for me, typically my clients stay with me 6 to 12 months. If my client is looking to get a home, or they're looking to get a home and a car and we're trying to build credit, they could be with me from 18 to 24 months. Again, it depends on my client's need. And you have to know the build out of what the credit report is supposed to look like in order to really take your clients to where they need to go. But this training site gives you all the information on the actual platform as to how to add a client, what each tab means. So if you are up 3 o'clock in the morning, it's like, hey, I'm gonna work a file tonight, you will have the answers as to how you're going to be able to pivot. What I want to point out, guys, is the important videos that I will tell you to watch. If you are not using Credit Dyno, which this is video number 4 on the top line, actually walks you through. as well as video number 1 on how to do the one-click import for the Credit Dyno. So I love using Credit Dyno because I don't have to log into another platform, download the credit report. I literally do everything in the system because it was made for each other like peanut butter and jelly, okay? But if you are using My Score IQ, or Identity IQ, you're going to use the second to last video. If you are using Smart Credit, you're going to use the last video and you're going to pull off the HTML code that is going to be shown in the photo so that you'll be able to go ahead and get the actual HTML coding off of that Smart Credit site to import into your file to help your clients. And it's going to make a little bit more sense once I start sharing my screen and you guys see what we're different and doing over here, okay? So that is training. The next tab that we're going to go over is our contact tab. Our customer service team is here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, I always tell you guys to reach out to them. They are amazing with making sure that your questions are answered in a timely fashion. I have been using this platform for well over 2 years, I believe. I think it's a little over 2 years now. And as I've used the platform, the turnaround time for customer service has been impeccable, in my humble opinion. Okay. With that being said, I like to use a tool and I like to give you guys freebies that helps you navigate the waters seamlessly. And I'm going to drop a tool called Loom, Loom, into the chat. This is a free platform that allows you to record up to a 5-minute video that shows what's going on. So if you guys have an error or you're not able to click something or you don't know how to find something, there's an issue with the documents or there's an issue with mailing, you can actually record the screen with the issue that is happening. And then once you finish recording the screen, it will give you an actual shareable link that you can put right here. So if you're having an issue with Stacy's file, okay, you're going to put Stacy's name there. You're going to say you're having an issue with the document. You're going to put your name and your email address that you signed up for the Dispute Panda account with. And then you can record a video, put the video link in there, and just with a brief description, having an issue with this document, please help. They'll be able to watch the video and you will get an email that lets you know your video has been viewed. So that way you can give it a reasonable turnaround time. For me, I've normally heard back from support whenever I've had to reach out to them within like 4 to 5 hours is the max I've ever seen. Everyone's different, life be lifing, but I do want to give you that level of expectation. Okay, guys? When it comes to the general questions, if you have questions like you want to be a part of the beta testing crew, you want a partnership, you want to talk to them about press, you can let them know, select that, and the team will send it to the right department that will be able to answer the questions and concerns that you have. So we have covered pricing, training, and contacts. Any questions before we sign up for the actual platform? Any questions?
Real quick, I do. Once I don't think I addressed it last week, but I have $15 saved.
You did ask last week, and we told you how you can use it.
Oh, yes.
Are you asking how you can get it again?
Yeah, because I forgot. Dealing with my grandbaby.
Okay, my love. So the $15 is going to stay there until it's time for you to pull your next round. So when you go to pull your next round, you are going to need $17 since you're using Identity IQ. So what you would do is the system only allows you to load no less than $20. So you would, in essence, load $20 into the system, and then you'd be able to generate your letters. The balance would stay on the account that would be left over. Okay. Any other questions? All right. Any system questions before I sign up, y'all? Let me know. Looks like I think. Oh, let me drop these links. I saw that someone. Oh, did my light just flicker? Y'all saw that light? All righty now. I'm definitely not. This light's flickering. Okay, you guys. So what I wanted to go ahead and send over is talk about how we sign up to the platform. The platform is very easy. You're going to fill out all the stars. Please note, if you guys don't have a company, the system is going to automatically default to your first name and last name. Nothing major there. You want to sign up for the agreement, for the terms and agreements for Dispute Panda. I am born in February, January, February. I like to be in the know. Okay. With that being said, I like to know about promos, discounts. How can I be exclusive? Okay. I like that option. So because of that, I will always check this box to email me special offers. It is completely up to you if you do that. Please note, if you are using this platform for yourself, you have to have 2 emails. There's one email as the owner, and you need to have a second email as a user. So if you only have one email address, bigraw@yahoo.com, you're going to have to create a secondary email address in order for you to put yourself in as a client. I always recommend that you do, so that you know what's going on and you'll be able to talk to your clients about what's happening. Okay. And you'll be able to talk to them about how the platform, like how the letters work, what's coming back. If they get a bunch of letters back, you can say, oh, child, that's normal, because you've been through the process on your own. Again, I'm not going to put my name there. It's going to automatically default. So we're good there. And welcome to the room, iPhone and Dominique. Thank you so much for pulling up to Club Panda on tonight. We are going to select the sign up option. Once we hit sign up, it's going to take us into the platform where it's going to give us our service agreement, which means how we are expected to do business with Dispute Panda and how Dispute Panda is expected to do business with us. With that being said, you want to go ahead and click the box. I am not going to read over the full isms and schisms of it, but please make sure that you do read it. This wonderful black bar is going to come up as long as you go in. I would say for best practices, 24 to 48 hours, go ahead and verify your email address so you have no problems as you're going through. Okay. I'm going to go through all of the tabs on the side, everything on each page, and then I'm going to tell you guys how you can make drip money, because I love silent money. You know, they call it passive money. I love money that like you can make with it just working on your behalf and you don't have to do a lot. So we're going to go over that as we're going through the platform, and I'll give you some ideas on how you can make it seamless and easy. Okay. So on the main page, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. On the main page, you're going to see rounds, missing, documents, and birthdays. Once you have loaded your client into the platform, you have the accessibility to go ahead and see that information. Now, what I want to point out is how you can make some really nice drip money. So if you click on this button that says earn free credits, if you are in any industry, a lot of people are like, oh, you have to be in the real estate industry, or you have to be in the car industry. I promise you, I have gone to events where there is principals. I've gone to events where I'm just kicking it with my girlfriends and they turn around and tell me, oh, I'm interested in starting my own credit repair company. Boom, I got a link for you. Okay. So what you can do is you can actually scroll down here and you would click on, hold on, let me move this out my way, y'all. Boom. So you would click on the accept. Once you click on the accept button, once the program goes live, you will get your own affiliate code. And that means if anyone signs up to Dispute Panda, you get what? Coins. Okay, for them signing up under you. So this makes it really easy that if you know someone who's interested to come into the credit repair company, a credit repair organization, or if you know someone who's like, I want to fix my own credit, I want to do it by myself, you will have an affiliate link that they can sign up under you, and you just make quiet coins over in the corner. Okay. If you want to go ahead and sign up for the pro, you're going to click on the upgrade option and it will take you where you can sign up. I'm going to show you another place where you're able to do that. And it gives you Zapier integration, shareable reports, onboarding forms, all of the things that you need to be a beast in these credit streets. And I'm going to show you a lot of them today because I personally love the pro. When I first started, I was using the free because it was $17 no matter what. But when I found out that they created Credit Dino, and I was like, wait, so I could make $8 and get a free round of attack? Yes, let's talk about it. So Credit Dino offers you the ability to make drip money, quiet passive money, without you really working super hard. If you guys have social media, even if you're not doing credit repair as a business, you can randomly be like, hey guys, I just checked my credit report, use this link, and drop them the link. Here's why it's important to do this. So number one, if you're doing this and it's for your clients, you get $17 every 35 days that you pull the credit report. So automatically your rounds are completely free. Number two, you're making $8. Okay. Number three, Credit Dyno is the only credit monitoring software that I know of to date that offers you the full 7-year report for your clients. So a lot of, all of the other credit monitoring softwares only shows you a 24-month window. So that means the account could show derogatory and you're looking and you're seeing positive, 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 positive for the last 24 months. And you're like, oh, this is wrong. But it's probably not wrong because they were late 3 years ago or they were late 4 years ago, right? And it's still showing on the report. You can still attack those with our platform. But if you're using Identity IQ or Smart Credit, you're not able to see that information to know where it's impacting the client and be able to know what happened, right? So you can actually leverage a lot with using Credit Dyno. That's personally why I love the platform. So you can sign up here as soon as you put the username, you put your email in, you put your password in, you get your affiliate link in real time. 1st, 15th, and 30th, I'm always asking, did you check your credit score? Don't let there be a data breach, y'all. I'm copying the link to the data breach and I'm like, hey, have you checked your credit? And I'm posting that, right? Because it's easy, it's no sweat. I do have a link tree. Some people have a bit.ly. You can put your affiliate link in there. And that way, even if you are not in business, you can have a website on your actual page. And that can be the website that you're linking everyone to for you to get quiet money every single month. Okay. I love, love, love my Credit Dyno. So under here where the reports, you get to find information with what's going on for the month for your profile. If you are trying to search for a client, you can go to the magnifying glass. You can go ahead and type in, you do have to type in 3 characters for the system to pull up, or you can click on the client tab. And it will take you to your active clients, your inactive clients, as well as if you want to import your client, you're able to go ahead and import the client into the system. You just need the CSV file. Please know, guys, that if you are having an issue with importing your clients from another platform, it is easy peasy. All you need to do is take the CSV file, actually click the Contact Us tab over here, okay? And then go ahead and drop that CSV file and put a note to the back office. And that will go under general. I would just say, hey, I'm having an issue with importing this file. Can you help me? And they will support you with importing the files in. Okay. If you want to add a new client, you're going to click the new client tab, put the information in, and we're going to go through that momentarily. If you want to check on the letters and see what the letter status looks like, you can click on letters. I like to cover the actual guidelines to the letters. So just for a heads up for you guys that were here earlier, Anthony had brought up that, hey, I use Sprint, which is our mail service that mails out the letters for us. Please note the letters go out same day, Monday through Friday, if it's sent to the system before 12 p.m. PST, which is West Coast side. Okay, where Dre and them is at. If it's after 12 p.m., it does not go out until the next business day. Now, Sprint does not do certified mail at this present time. So any letters that are going out first class mail. First class mail is just like you putting a stamp and walking into the post office, which I need to do tonight. Okay, that is what the first class mail is. So the system itself is going to be able to only mail out the letters in first class, not on certified mail at this time. Definitely click that box because once it changes, you'll be able to get the update before everyone else. Okay. Now, inbox. Inbox is the communication where your clients will be able to speak to you. This is a pro feature. So once you load your client in, if you are on the pro, they will be able to email you. They'll be able to see a safe client access portal. And it actually looks a little something like this. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me show you what it looks like. A lot of people ask, what does the portal look like? Does it say Dispute Panda? It does not. it just says Safe Client Access, and then it has, if you put your company name, once you get the Pro, you can put your company name, your logo, and I'm going to walk you through where you're able to see that. But this is what the client is able to see. So now when you click on the inbox and they get an alert, they can click on messages and they'll be able to securely send you a message without any issues and anyone seeing their business. Okay, so this is kind of what it looks like. Any questions on what I've covered so far, guys? Let's see. All right, doesn't look like there's any questions. You guys can add everyone. I see that a lot of times people add me directly, and I love to add y'all. Thank you. Now, the next tab is the reports tab. I love the reports tab. I don't know who follows me on social media, but I just dropped the reports tab the other day because I have over $7,000 of deleted debt. Okay. And I'm going to tell everybody about it. So the reports tab gives you a snapshot of what you've been able to successfully delete. You can do it on a monthly, you can do it for the year, so that you can go ahead and share the report. If you look over here, it says share report, and it turns into a wonderful little snapshot that you can download and you can actually post on your social media with commentary. So it gives you the ability to go ahead and talk to your audience that is needing support with credit repair by you showing them the type of work that you've done. A lot of people stray away whenever you see negative. I do not. I like to talk about it, okay? Because there's a reason why the numbers may have dropped, and we need to have that conversation as well. So definitely, as you guys are navigating the waters, you will be able to use this not only on the company level, but also on the customer level as well. Okay, and I'll show you where that shows up once we load the client in. Welcome, Dream Bean. Welcome, Latoya. I'm so happy to have you guys here. All right, let me close some of these things out. If you have any questions, let me know. If you are brand new to Dispute Panda, please drop a 1 in the chat for those of you guys that are coming into the room. If you have already been zipping and doing in the platform, please drop a 2 in the chat so I know who I'm talking to. All right. That was the reports tab. The subscription tab is where you can add your merchant service account into. It's where you can create payment forms. One just signed up. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. Yay. Let me ask you a question, Dominique. Have you already downloaded the training, the actual guide? Let me know. Hey, love.
Hey, no, I literally just signed up, like maybe
Like
2 days.
just now?
Yeah.
Boom, I got you. So let me tell you what you need to do. You're going to click on training when you get into the platform, or if you're not on the platform, you can go to the main Dispute Panda. When you click on training, it will take you here where it says free download. Before you go left, right, or center, friend, right? You're going to click on this free download. It is going to give you the step-by-step guide on how to dispute the file for up to 12 months. Okay, so you don't even have to figure out like, what letter do I choose? When do I send it out? We tell you what letter, what attack variation, which is how gangster you're going to be talking to the creditors, right? And then we also tell you what, this round, you don't have to do anything in color. So we're literally telling you step by step, when are you sending letters to the credit reporting agencies? When are you sending letters to the secondary agencies? And that way you can hit the ground running.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good.
Wonderful, darling. And if you have any questions, please drop it in the chat. I fell off for a while. How do I go about restarting? Also, how does this compare to Dispute Beast? Oh, so Dispute Beast, good question. Dispute Beast is this without you having to do the work. So if I will be coaching in Dispute Beast. Dispute Beast is a DIY platform. So that means that if you want to have the platform, you do have to sign up for the Dispute Beast platform. It's $197 for you to have the platform. And then your clients will come under you, but they are generating the letters themselves. The system is automatically picking the letters for your clients, and they pay $50 a month and you get a residual off of that. With this, you're doing the work yourself. So if you want a done for you platform, that's what Dispute Panda would be. If you want a DIY platform for those that are willing to put the sweat equity in, that's what the Dispute Beast option would be. But if you want to restart, you just have to look for your email address, the email address that you used with the system, and you just sign in. If you're having an issue, just contact us, let them know your name and your email address that you signed up with, and they'll help you with getting restarted if you're having an issue. Great question, my love. Any other questions? Any other questions? Nope. All right. So there are two ways to get into the settings. You can either click on the balance tab, or you can click on the three dots here and click on settings. What letter should I start with when I restart? Do I pick up where I left off? If it's been more than 60 days, you do not pick up where you left off. You're going to start back at round 1. If it's more than 60 days, you're going to start back at round 1. My pleasure. My pleasure. All right. So going into settings. Oh, sorry, guys. So for anyone here, if your client has started with you, and they're within the first 30 days that they just left another person, you want to allow 35 to 45 days before you send out your round of letters to make sure that you do not seem like you're being frivolous in attacking, or you don't let the last round go longer. Because if you dispute too early, the law says that you are now gifting the credit reporting agencies an additional 15 days to review your file. You don't want to do that. I think it's 14 to 15 days. You don't want to do that. So one of the major questions you want to ask your clients that are coming on board was, when's the last time you worked with a credit reporting company? A credit repair company, sorry. And then the next question is if they tell you, I always ask if they burn any bridges with any creditors, because you want to know what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? As you're going through. But when you're getting into the system and you click on the settings, it takes you into the profile. The profile is where you can put the name, the email addresses, the phone number. You can also add your photo. Please note that if you are using the free version, you are the only person seeing your photo. Nobody else is seeing it, okay? On the pro, your customers do get to see that photo. The organization tab is where you can upload your logo, your company information, address, email, phone number, and your contract. If anyone needs a sample contract, please let your girl know. I will go ahead and drop it in the chat so you guys can download it, okay? If you guys are in the community, you can go to the community, type in contract. I've also uploaded it there. If you guys are on the Facebook group, you can go ahead and see it there, because I know not everyone is at their computer. Some people are at their phones, and I want to make sure that I am mindful to everyone that might be in the room. Okay. Dora. Okay. Boom. Just dropped it in the chat. Go ahead and grab it. I sent out round 1 letter back in September. My green card came back in October. Can I send the second round out? So I understand the green card came back in October, but what's the date that's on the green card that they received the letter? So on the green card, there's a date that the actual credit reporting agency or wherever you sent the letters to, if it's a secondary agencies, there's an actual date on that green card. So you're saying that the date on the green card says that the credit reporting agencies received the letters on the 10th and you also got it back on the 10th? That doesn't seem right. Right. So my question is, are you saying on the card, the date on the card says October 10th? That's when the creditors actually received the letter. Sorry, y'all. I want to make sure I'm answering all the questions. Okay. So I want to make sure that I'm making sense right now. Hold on 1 second. So this is the green card. Let's say this is the green card. On the green card, the date that's on there is October 10th. Is that what you're saying? You just said no, it came back to you on the 10th. So I'm trying to understand, did you receive the letter on the 10th, Mr. L?
No, I got them back October the 10th.
Right.
And
What's
I
the
sent them
date
back
on the actual card, my love?
I sent them out in September and I got them back October 10th.
I don't want you to get confused. My question is, what there's a date that's on the green card. You're talking about when you received it. That's not my question. You sent
October
it in
10th.
September. Not when you received it. When did they receive it?
Back in September.
What date back in September?
Hold on, I'm going in the house now because I know when I got them back, it said October 10th on the card.
So what I'm going to advise you is on the card, there should be a date of when the letters were received to the actual credit reporting agencies. You're going to wait 35 days from that date.
Okay, give me a minute. I'm walking in the house and I'll tell you.
No problem. You take your time. Are you expecting the dispute flow to be updated in 2024? Oh, great question. So this flow does not need to be updated. For y'all that know me, I use the old flow. So I either use the red or the black flow. The only difference that I do is I use the variation of the handwritten, non-handwritten, because I've been doing credit repair on and off for about 20 years. So for me, I know when I'm supposed to send letters to the credit reporting agencies. My team already sends letters to the CFPB. This is when changes happen. If you guys communicate with us that there's something that you desire to know or have embedded to make using the software easier, then we will go ahead and update it to make sure that the documentation coincides with what you guys have educated us with. For instance, if you see the old flow was back in 2022, it did not have the secondary reporting agencies and it only had the methods for certified mail. The new flow does not. So we're basically evolving based on what you guys are telling us. And we haven't had any new requests because outside of the CFPB and the secondary reporting agencies, there's really nothing else that people are asking for. And this flow works no matter what your client has. Great question. I like it. Any other questions, guys? All right. So drop the contract in there. If you guys have more questions, I will glance. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and answer it for you. If you want to add a team member, you can go ahead and add a team member here. All you simply have to do is click this plus button. Then you can put their first name, last name, and their email address. What this does is it allows you not to have to give up your password. If y'all are like me, my business passwords are all the same. When I change it every 3 months, I change all of them at one time. So I don't want to give up my information. And if I lose an employee or something of that nature, I have to worry about changing all of that information. I just give them access with their own email and password, and that way they can get into my system and dip and do like they need to. Okay. If you have affiliate links, so if you are signed up with any of the other credit monitoring softwares, including Credit Dyno, when you are on the Pro, when your client logs into the Safe Client Access portal to sign their contract, make their payments, all of the things, upload their documents, you can have this affiliate link there. What that will do is allow them to select which credit monitoring they want to go to. If y'all know me, I done turned off all of them. And all I have is Credit Dyno because, again, it makes me be out ahead by $25 per client I have. I'm not wasting any bread. Okay. The disputing options. This is where you can change the address for the credit reporting agencies. So if you are wanting to shift addresses 1 month to the next month because they have upwards of I think 15 different addresses, you can come in the system, switch it, and then go ahead and apply the changes. Okay. You don't have to, it's just something that you can do if you want to be a little bit more aggressive. The billing tab, that is where you can go ahead and upgrade to your Pro. You can also do your bulk purchases. But again, based on the needs of what everyone stated that they wanted, we have a subscribe and save. So now we saw that based on the trend, most people were either signing up with a $20 option or a $60 option. So because of that, every 30 days, if you do the subscribe and save, you'll get 50% more than what you actually paid for. Please note, guys, if you have, let's say you sign up for the $20 or the $60, you're getting $30 or you're getting $90, right? If you run out of that money, if you put $100 in here, you're not getting 50% more. So you're not getting $150. You're only going to get $100. Okay. Also, please be sure that your payment information is the only one on the platform. If you are doing it for cousins, friends, family, that's fine. Collect the bread and use your card. Okay. The invoice tab is where you can see the invoices, any Panda Pro payments, or any statements that have been completed. The activity tab is where you can see the attacks, mailed, and any attack credits. And I'm going to show you what the attack credits look like in a moment. The integration tab, and I love this, y'all. I personally use Go High Level, and they are coming out with a Go High Level integration. So now instead of me using Zapier for it to talk to my other Go High Level system, I will soon be able to let Go High Level talk to it, and it will make my life so much easier, okay? And what this does, the integration, it allows, like if you have an email sequence or a text message sequence, when a client comes into this platform, it allows your other platform to speak to each other. That is what the Zapier integration is, and you only get that with the Pro feature. All right, so we have gone through all of the items on the time. Shameless plug, I offer support for Go. Okay, come on, somebody, because I've been needing help. Because in my Go High Level, I have mini chat, I have ClickUp, I got a whole bunch of stuff in my Go High Level. I love my Go High Level platform. So we've gone through all of that. And just for those that might not know, LaToya said she is shamelessly plugging the fact that she does Go High Level. So go ahead, drop your social media contact information in the chat so the people in the room here can go ahead and follow you. And if they have any questions about Go High Level, they don't got to sit there looking crazy because I have no answers. Okay, hashtag no answers at all. Okay. All right. So we have gone through everything. Any questions before I move into signing up my client? You know what? I just realized, let me stop sharing real quick, y'all, because I keep on moving. Oh, I'm trying to grab my an updated credit monitoring software. So give me 1 second, guys. Let me see who I got. Ooh, I got her. She didn't really have a big file though. You know what? Let me get him. Let's see if this will work for me. Give me 1 second, you guys. If you have any questions, you can definitely drop it in the chat. Or you can come off of mute because I promise you I can't see y'all right now as I'm trying to scale a fence. Okay? Trying to scale a fence. See if we got this. Okay, cool.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was like, I wrote on the back, you know, the name, address, and all that. I put the date when I sent it out, September, for example, was to TransUnion. I sent it out September the 11th. And then the date they have on it is October 3rd.
So that was it was received was October 3rd. So you are going to allow 35 days from October 3rd, my love.
Not when I sent it out, you said.
The system, the reason that you're using certified mail is because the certified mail is letting you know when it's been received.
Okay, so from October 3rd.
They received the letter on October 3rd.
Right.
So you're supposed to allow 30 days.
From October 3rd. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Another one was September 30th to Experian.
I would, for best practice, just use the latest date that they have accessible. So if the latest person that received the document was October 3rd, I would just go with 30 days from October 3rd. Because you're stating that the other person said they received it September 30th. The dates are all over the place. Be seamless.
Yeah, because I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I sent one out. I wrote on the back September 18th when I sent it out. They got the second one September 3rd. I mean October 3rd. Another one I sent out September 12th, and they received it on September 30th. And another one was sent out September 6th. TransUnion didn't date that one. But then another one I sent out to Experian was August 21st. And they sent it September, and they said September 3rd. So just use the latest one.
Your dates are all over the place because you've been mailing out your letters differently. So what I would say is be more cohesive because you're sending out letters at different times because you sent out one in August and then you sent out one in September, right? So be cohesive, use the latest date and give them 30 days from that latest date because you have the guarantee of when it's been received.
Okay.
Okay. Great question. Wyatt's question in the chat is, what is the purpose for the flow? The flow is telling you what set of letters to pick in order to dispute your client's file. If you don't have the flow, you'd be going in a system and just randomly picking letters, which may or may not be helpful. But the letters have a degree of aggression. When should you use them? What that verbiage looks like. So that is why we have a flow, so that when you get the platform, you don't have to be like, well, what letter do I pick? We're giving it to you. Now, if you decide to go rogue like me, okay, you can choose to go rogue. My suggestion is to just keep track of the rogueation. Is that a rogue? We're gonna make that a word today. Keep track of the rogue that you're doing, okay? But as far as the system goes, the system is giving you what letters are you sending out day 1, day 36, day 71, so on and so forth, or day 70, day 35. I'm a 45-day company, so I don't send out letters, but every 45 days. Great question, but it gives you the attack, what letters you pick when you send it out. Anytime, I'm here to help, okay? So now we're gonna click and we are going to register our client here. So as I stated earlier, the only thing that you need in this software is whatever you see the red asterisk, okay? Middle name is not necessary, suffix is not necessary, first name, last name, email address, phone number. Those are what's required for you to go through the system, okay? So email address. Let's put Little Rock. Okay. At fake mail. Because we can't keep the same email address, it will kick us out. You can use the same phone number, however. You want to go ahead and put the social. Also, if you are putting an address in here, please, guys, if it has a suite, a floor, a level, whatever, go ahead and put it in the system for it to process on that line, because the system is going to take everything that you put here and generate it on the letter for your clients. Okay, so you want to make sure that everything is coded exactly the way that it needs to. Put the birthday in. Bob's your uncle. Now, if you have the pro, you would click this option right here. It will go ahead and send the Safe Client Access portal to your client so that they would be able to complete the onboarding themselves. We are going to go through the onboarding since we are on the free platform to show you what it looks like as the owner of the account. Please note that just because you have the portal doesn't mean your client can go in and order letters. Only you have access to order letters. What they get to see is the results of what you're doing. They get to see the progress. They get to see all of that information, okay? So now you're going to move to the Documents tab. The Documents tab is going to collect some pieces of information. I am going to show you guys this. I like to keep it real. I messed up my computer, y'all, and it went good night. Okay. So I had to go into the system and actually do a screen grab. So this is in all of the attack flows, how to add a client. This one specifically I grabbed from how to add a client in Dispute Panda credit repair software and get a free round of attack, but it's in multiple of the videos. So if you are wondering, what documentation do I need to go ahead and dispute for my client? What supporting documentation do I need? Here it goes. Please note there's only 2 places that you need. Proof of identification and proof of address. That's it. That's all. Okay. With that being said, if the driver's license says 1414 Mockingbird Lane, but they live at 2718 Cruz Avenue, you are not using the driver's license. You are going to use something else. Okay. You can use military ID, state ID, birth certificate, whatever. Proof of address is going to be the valid driver's license you can utilize, again, if it has the correct address. So let's say the person has a social security card and the driver's license. That's the only 2 documents you're using. The social security card is going to go under the proof of identification. The driver's license will go under proof of address. If you are using a residential bill, best practice is to ask your client for that residential bill within a 60-day window, so that once that 90th day come, you have the documentation before you send out the next round of letters, okay? If you're using any other document, it lasts for a year, but residential bills, they want updated every 90 days, okay, for best practice. If anyone needs that, let me know. I will drop it in the chat. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what I love about this system. Now, again, I'm gonna say I love stuff, and you're gonna be like, oh, Raquel, you said you love that. I did. I love it all. You can crop and save, so that way you're not using too much ink or giving too much information. I.e., this client has a past due balance. I'm not giving them that. That ain't their business. We're going to crop it down to exactly what they need, which is just the date and an address. That's all they need. They don't need to know my statement. They don't need my balance. They don't need to know my invoice. They don't need any of that information. They need a bill with my address and the date on it. That is what I'm going to send. I'm going to crop and save. Goal is to have no more than 1 to 2 pieces of supporting paper, because please remember, overhead is overheading, okay? If you are using MyScoreIQ or Identity IQ, you're going to click on the upload folder. If you are using Smart Credit, you're going to use the upload text. Please note that every 35 days, you're going to have to log into that credit monitoring software, update the report, and come back. Okay? You can store all of the credit monitoring information here so that way you have everything at the tip of your fingertips. Let me go ahead and pull some info here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Username. That's the word. Now I'm going to click the one-click import. Once I've clicked the one-click import, it will pull in the credit report and it will tell me I have a free round of attack as long as this test client has paid their bill. Look at God, won't he do it? All right, so have a good day. Thank you. See you Monday. So once you see this, you know that you're able to do a free round of attack. You go right here, it shows 1 free round of attack. And now what you're going to do is go to the disputing tab. On the disputing tab, it's going to pull in any information that is affecting the clients. It auto selects any accounts that's creating errors for your clients, causing past due payments. As you can see, this account is open, there's no problem. So guess what? It's not highlighted. But if it is charge off, if it's collections, if there's a late payment, all of that information will be visible and the system will automatically select it for you. So as you guys can see, BMW open late 60 days. It's a problem. The system is going to generate a late payment letter because this is impacting them within the last 24 months. If this late payment would have happened, let's say 4 years ago, you would see a yellow triangle and you would have to click on this icon right here to actually see where the late payment happened in order for it to be included. In this particular case, we know where it's at. We know where it's at. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this area right here. The inquiries is something that you have to manually check. So you can do Control F as in Foxtrot or Command F if you're on a Mac. And what you would do is you would search the accounts. Now, guys, CB or FB, that might appear multiple times on the credit report. So for best practice, go ahead and select everything after the slash. You can also select before the slash so you can see if it shows up, but do it separately. I don't always do it together, especially until you get familiar with how the credit reporting agencies report the creditor's information. As you can see, this account is closed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and check the box, okay? Now I'm telling the system that when it generates the letters for me, it needs to also include the inquiries. If you do not check this box, it is not going to include it into the platform, okay? So you would do that for each of the inquiries. Once you are done, you will hit save. Save will allow you to go into the mode of where you can go and attack. Now is where you go to the actual flow and you find out what letter are you picking. So for round 1, it's Punch of Fury. Supreme Boosted. If you have the Pro feature, you are not only sending out letters to the credit reporting agencies, you're also sending out letters to the actual creditors. So that means the Discovers, the Bank of America, the Indigo, right? You are now sending letters out to them as well. You are going to do this round of attack in handwritten. Now, some clients do not like the handwritten. It is okay. You can uncheck that box. But you would also come back in the system and do the secondary reporting agencies. These letters do not have to be printed in color. So you will come here, you will select Start Round. You will hit Punch Your Fury. If you are a handwritten girl, you hit the box. If you're not, you leave it blank, okay? Handwritten, and then you would come in and you would click on Generate Pro Letters. If you have the Pro features, it will generate the creditor letters for you. Then you're going to select Supreme Boosted. You're going to hit Start, and you're going to type in Confirm. As you can see, guys, I've added $0.00, and the system is going to generate the letters for me. I don't have to do anything. If I had the Pro version, it would say Attack 1, and then it would say Creditor 1. So that way I can do both letters. It is telling me how much the letters cost. It cost me $32.74. So if I want the system to mail the letters out for me, I would have to go in here and add $32.74, come back and allow it to go ahead and print for me. Okay? If I do not, please note the system is going to register that I've downloaded the letters. One thing you need to remember is to click download so that you can print the letters out for yourself. Okay? The history tab shows you the letters, the reports, the scores, all of the isms and schisms. Okay? If you sent it through the system, you'll be able to see when the letters went out. After history, if you're on the Pro, it gives you the update. And the update tab is similar to the report tab where it gives you the changes that have happened to the credit report. All right. The invoice tab is where you can see the invoices, and the Pro tab is where you can put the notes. Now, for the secondary reporting agencies, you would come back to Start Round. You would go to Static Letters. And per this flow is stating that I'm going to do LexisNexis, Innovis, LCI, ARS, DataX, all of the things, okay? So I simply come in here, I would select handwritten again. For best practices, I scroll to the bottom, click Factor Trust, Microtel, DataX, Clarity, Credco, ARS, LCI, Innovis, LexisNexis. Hit Start. And if I have $1 in the account, it would print it. If I do not have at least $1 in the account, it will not print. Please note the static letters are completely free, but you have to have money in your balance in order for it to go through. We have now signed your client up, completed onboarding, and y'all have hung out with me for over an hour. How do y'all feel? What questions do you have? How can I support? Any questions, guys?
Question. You said about the ARS and all that.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up, my love.
That's what the letters are for, the consumer reporting agencies, right? That you was just talking about?
I'm sorry, you just got cleared. Say that again.
Oh man, the phone keep messing up. I said the letters are for the consumer reporting agencies, what you just talking about just now, correct?
Yes.
All right, good. Because I froze them already, but I didn't send the letters. All right, gotcha. Cool.
Okay. Wonderful. Any other questions? Does it matter if I mail it out or use the system to mail it out? Personally, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to tell you personally that I like to mail my letters out because most of my clients are in the state of Texas and it's geotagged for Texas. The mail service is also geotagged for Texas. So for me, it would be simple, but because I like to track just how things flow for me, and I go to the post office, I have a relationship with them, and they buy a lot of my digital products. I like to go there. It is completely up to you if you want to use the mail service. If you do not have the manpower to stuff the letters all yourself, allow the system to completely do it for you. It's completely fine. Should you freeze anything first? I'm going to tell you the same thing that I tell my mentees. A lot of these secondary reporting agencies are owned by the actual credit reporting agencies. So if you are looking to freeze them, please note that they already own the company. So what exactly is the benefit of it for me? So I'm not telling you that you shouldn't. I personally do not. I personally do not. Everyone's method is going to be different. So you're going to have to come up with, if it's best, respectfully request, can you put the other name of the consumer agency named here? If you go to the guide, my love, the name for the consumer agencies are right here on the guide. Okay. So TransUnion, if you guys look up, TransUnion owns Smart Move, which is a rental reporting agency. TransUnion also has the information for drive history. TransUnion is also owns Factor Trust. So if you are freezing them, but they're owned by that company, how much good are you doing by doing that? That's an extra step. If there's not a data breach or something of that nature, then I wouldn't necessarily be super concerned. Or I normally only freeze if I'm doing bankruptcy. So if I'm working a bankruptcy file, then I will go through the process of freezing, just because of the method that I specifically have curated and my team and I have been able to come up with. Actually, shout out to my homeboy, SKP. He was the one who kind of like dived in and helped me clean up my process for bankruptcy. So it depends on how you're respectfully doing it, how it's going to work for you. Should I start adding good trade lines like Credit Strong now, or wait until it's cleaned up? It's completely up to you. My concern is, oh, I didn't go through the consultation today. So one of the things that please forgive me. Okay, I'm hungry, y'all. One of the things that I go over when I talk to my clients about consultation, I'm going to give you guys the two major things, and then we're going to dive in. Then we're going to go back. But to answer your question, it depends on your client's profile. Does my client has an open and active credit card or credit line? If that answer is yes, then the next question I'm going to ask is how old it is, because age matters. Age is worth 82.5 points. Your payment history is worth 192.5 points. So when I see this, that we have 25% of on-time payment history, 85%, 75, no matter what, if it's not 100%, my client is not hitting the goal, so they're not getting the max point in that area. That is a conversation we need to have, because we need to make sure that you're hitting the goal as it pertains to your flow, right? Number one, with your client when it comes to the payment history. Number two, the account health. How much available credit are they using in comparison to what they have accessibility to? If you are using more than 100%, that is affecting your utilization. Your utilization is worth 165 points. If you're wanting to be in the 700 club, your utilization needs to be at 20% or below. 800 club is 7% or below. Okay, or 10% or below. So if your client is over the limit, what you have to say to them is you need to pay the minimum payment times 2 plus $4 before the statement date closes, before that information gets reported. If it's outside of that date, you are jacking up your actual credit score. Okay, so when I'm looking at that, I personally only do very lightweight secondary reporting agencies. Credit Strong is one of them. I'm sorry, secondary or creditors that will help. I'm not big on the Credit Strong. I'm not big on the Credit One Bank. I'm not saying don't get them. I've used them, but they do have a yearly fee, and I don't like that. There are ways that your clients can get like an actual credit card, like a secured card with their own bank. If they're with a credit union, definitely start there. If you have family members that have credit cards and they are willing to put you on the credit cards, definitely try that option, because what it will allow you to do is it will allow you to go ahead and B, get the age and the on-time payment that they've used. Please note, if you're going to ask your family members for help, 2 things you want to make sure that they're doing. Number 1, they're not using more than 20% of their overall available credit. Number 2, they have no late payments on the report. If they have any late payments, do not ask them to put you on that credit card or that trade line. Okay? But you can add a trade line at any point. Best practice, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't make any sense you adding a trade line if your utilization on your card is over 50%. You're not going to get the full points. But if you need some breathing room, go ahead and do it. Good question. Any other questions, guys?
I have a question. I am uploading my identification, my ID. I know you had something on the screen. I missed it. My driver's license is, I recently moved. So should I go update that before uploading, or is there another option?
Pick something else.
Okay.
If you have your social security card, use your social security card. If you have your passport, use your passport. If you have a paycheck stub, use your paycheck stub. Use something. Yeah, don't wait now. Go ahead and set it, Chair.
Okay.
Go ahead and set it now, girl.
Thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? All right, so if all hearts and minds are clear, I appreciate y'all coming in today. Hey, Tree Bean. I love to see you, girl. Any other questions, Mr. L?
You said go to your website and schedule an appointment, right? Because I'm on the internet now. So
No,
said,
I dropped the link. I dropped the link in the chat. I'll go ahead and drop the link again so you can have access to it.
well, once you log off, it goes away on my phone. So,
but if you click it now, it'll open in a browser, so you'll be able to see it in your browser.
wait a minute. So I want to make sure I have it because I definitely need your help because.
If not, my link is also on all of one. Yeah, it's in my link tree. So if you click on any of my social media platform, it has a link there that you can book a one-on-one.
And
click it in the chat, you can see it. My first and my 2 last names. The one my mama gave me and the one my husband gave me. And that one everywhere.
All right, because I'm on Google right now. So what do I go to
So hold on, I need you to come back, babes. Go into the chat, click the link in the chat.
All right, I did.
It should open in a browser for you. It didn't open in a browser for you?
Yeah, I got one of those crazy slow phones, but it did. And it's showing Friday, Saturday, but I need a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
So you probably don't got nothing until November then.
Oh,
is your price going up in November?
My price has already gone up.
God, dog, son of a gun.
Yeah.
And what is it now?
I'm not. I think they just up. I don't know. It's either 127 or 197. It's one something.
Good God, son of a gun.
Okay. Said get that money. Thank you. I'm actually in the process of my TV show just dropped, and I'm also about to do a TED Talk. So yeah. Yeah, okay. I don't charge that much for the Dispute Panda people. My pricing is $500 outside of Dispute Panda.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. So the Dispute Panda team gets a reduced rate because y'all are my family. Okay. So if y'all book that one-on-one, it's there. But any other questions, guys? All right. Look, I like Latoya. Latoya says my charge is $250. That's right, girl. Drop it. Okay. Drop it, girl, because she know go high level. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Y'all better get on her calendar. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm about to go harass my husband before he go to bed. All right. If y'all have any questions, concerns, or comments, please feel free to go ahead and message me. And I appreciate you. Until Monday or Wednesday, for my pro people, I will check y'all tomorrow. And thank you for being a beast in these credit streets. Bye, y'all.